John, prepare to leave castle. Okay then, I guess I'll get going. Go where? To keep looking for my dad. Are you sure you don't have more important things to worry about? Are you saying that I am still not supposed to find him yet? John, please, I thought you were done getting the future spoon-fed to you like this. I told you that you will find your dad eventually. That should be good enough. Don't you think it's time to start taking your responsibilities more seriously? Well, yeah, but what responsibility do you mean? Oh, John's a breath hero. A very breath hero. He doesn't take his responsibilities very seriously. That's just not going to happen. We just concluded that I am going to fight Jack, and there is a possibility I will fail. He could kill me easily for all I know, but it's something I have to try. And if I do fail, your plan will serve as backup. There is a lot riding on you, John. On both of us. That's... Vriska, you've got the temporality all backwards. If what John does succeeds, then you'll never fight him, because he'll never show up. Okay, so you're saying I should go get the tumor now instead of putting it off. I'm not telling you to do anything, just reminding you of what's at stake. Wait, I mean, the tumor. Why don't we just call it what it is? A big fucking bomb in the core of your battlefield. Yeah, which is what I was wondering about. How am I supposed to get it out? I guess you find a cave or something? Yes, you could probably go looking for a sanctioned entry point. Or you could just do what winners in a hurry do. What's that? Cheat! Is that even possible? It's practically always possible. I won't tell you how, but I will point out you could start by making better use of your powers than facilitating noisy joyrides. Is that what Earth is like, by the way? A bunch of humans flying around in little wheeled pods, constantly beeping at each other with their chauffeur familiars? No. Well, maybe in some places, but most cars stay on the ground, because science fiction hasn't happened yet. Anyway, I'm just saying it's time to do something useful and impressive with your powers. Deliberately, for a change. You are a god now, remember? Yeah, but all I can do is make a lot of wind blow around. How's that gonna help? Use your imagination. That windy thing of yours is more versatile than you think. Alright, I'll try. Good. I think it's time for me to get going too. I will prepare for battle. Oh man, I guess if there's nothing I can say to change your mind, and it's something you really have to do, then I understand, but how about this? What? Can this not be the last time we talk before you go? It'd be nice to hear from you at least once before you leave to fight him. Yeah, you got it. I'll message you before I leave. In my future too. None of this messaging me in the past nonsense before I even knew you. Of course. Okay, great. I'll hold you to that, Vriska. It will be a certainty. That said, there is no need for any sort of farewell right now. Go do your amazing windy thing, John. Be creative. I will talk to you later. Okay, I will. Later. Arachnid script ceased trolling ectobiologist. John, be creative. What's your favorite idea? Mine's being creative. Drill. Battlefield. Quake. More wine for the lady? This woman sure does like her wine. The gentleman has never met a woman quite so taken with the drink, or one as enchanting and beautiful for that matter. Ah, oops. The fellow has stained the mademoiselle's fine garment. The gaffe is unforgivable. The only true course of chivalry would be to liberate the damsel from the sodden cloth and launder it immediately. But the lady has no concern for the purity of her finery. She has other things on her mind altogether. The woman has never met a gentleman so strong and considerate and handsome. She cannot tell for certain if her intoxication is due to her 7th glass of wine or the contours of his proud, powerful nose and the sensual aroma wafting from his pipe. And the man and the woman are at ease. They have everything because they have each other. They know that together they can make it through anything, whether trouble brings a bit of spilled wine on a chic lab coat or reduces the very castle beneath their feet to ruins. Oh no. Vriska, read Mindfang's journal. Oh god, this. On the 14th bilunar perigee of the second dim season's equinox, the Orphaner poses a colliginous riddle like no other I've met. I'm presuming him bothered by jealousy, and it would be sickening if it were not so marvelously amusing. But then, who but royalty could have the finned cheek to show disdain for the manner in which his black lover conducts her red conquests? Less has accelerated meager than I to homicide, and the violation would hold me aghast, again if his misgivings did not complement his so endearing arsenal of quaint flaws. It is impossible to stifle this grin even now as I write. He surely understands this as my maritime overlord, a superior, while through gritting fangs he would concede the expanse of my plunder, makes his seem hardly worth while to trouble a map with good ink over. I know he understands. I will take what I want. I expect nothing less from DraxxKraven, and truly, less would offend me. Is it the crude blood of the suitors from which I have taken enjoyment recently? If his displeasure is with my blithe treatment of the social order, then he has either not spent enough time in the warm company of my indifference, or is simply very stupid. I saw the look he gave. He's so secure, and knowing I can't feel what's in his mind, he forgets the traitorous ways of his own face. His little looks are words to me, interjections in our deliciously bitter repartee. First, a look as I summon a slave from the hold, with such ease between my remarks. Why yes, DraxxKraven, they were the very slaves in your hold, until but this hour. Another ship deployed carelessly, languishing in strategic vulnerability. Is this not our routine, our dance? What is this look, my dear Kismisses? Is it shame? Envy? Contempt for what he knows will follow? I nod her over. She is fearful, and it makes her prettier. He scoffs without a movement or sound. I know there is disgust feeding the shadows in his corner of my block. At least prick her in the light, he surely thinks. Determine what vulgar hue she bleeds before persisting with your abasement, Marquise. Do try to understand, Orphaner. Not knowing is the point. And if you truly understood this, your crusade against the Gamlegans would not be among our Grand High-Blood's most uproarious punchlines. If only one truly needed to be so high to find it amusing. And so, not knowing, I take her will, but leave enough of it to enjoy her response. Her hands are in my service, but they still shake. They unfasten the first button at my jacket's waist clumsily. I've masked the line between my puppeteering and her volition exquisitely, and her uncertainty over her own control fuels her fear. She unfastens the second button, and between the second and the third, I make a casual remark to DraxxKraven, continuing our conversation. He does not respond. I look again at the face of my slave, imagining for a moment her mind is not an unguarded port to her every dread. I imagine I cannot feel her conviction that it is not merely a matter of whether she will be put to the irons. There we go. But how hot they will be if she fails to please. Poor thing. Her horns make attractive shapes and pair themselves pleasantly amidst her violent snarls of hair. Her fingers, which I have lost track of, to my surprise, have come between the petticoat and my skin. The heat of her touch tells me the likely range of the color of her blood. I wouldn't have guessed it to look at her, not with her sign stripped. Her mouth opens slightly and I squint. Ah, razor sharp and none missing. Perfect. How disappointing it is to find quivering lips hiding dull teeth. I pause to consider. What will her fear become if I choose to show her mercy later, and even in the days, kindness? Will this be the red dalliance that becomes fully flushed? Love demands my cunning just as my raids. If it is to be, she will never understand how thoroughly she was manipulated. Her body, her mind, her devotion. Okay, so if you're going to look up to this sort of person, yeah, mind-controlling Tavros to kiss you seems like a completely reasonable thing to do when you're going to set up mindfuck sexual assaults of this nature. I remember DraxxKraven again. My distraction from our banter was momentarily absolute, and I inquire into the shadows, but he is gone. Then go, my Kismisses. Fume with the indignation I gave you. I can only pray it blackens our bond. I must know such exhibitions agitate him, and hence why I bother. Otherwise, it would be easy to dismiss him before I partook. Let it be a gift of antagonization to you, my dear rival, on which you may brew pitch from me anew. And if it is true envy, of a million yearning I can't abide, then, though it pains me, it will be farewell. Alas, it may be that I am too good at spurring hate. Too good, at least, for him. I only hope he is not so foolish as to tread a path of less torrid malice. For if he does... On the 16th, my suspicions have been confirmed. I'm not grinning anymore, Dual Scar. Our orderly contention has dissolved right before my vision eightfold. It was once a handsome black, but now sits like good strong tea sullied and cooled by unwelcome dairy. Thus my heart was broken twice. I was fond of that slave. There was surely promise in her red investment. He had her assassinated. And so I am visited by a bit of bad luck for a change. It's not possible to evade it forever, I suppose. I will simply have to endure the misfortune of observing his base and artless measures of retaliation. He's applied his own resources to increase the bounty on my head. I wonder if he intends such a laughably ineffectual gesture as anything more than a formality, a symbol of his intent, if not my smile. How it threatens to revisit, almost. I've broken laws, yes, but what has there been to pay for? If any act I've taken should demand a bounty, it was paid up front. I foot the bill myself with guile and supremacy. Honk. Honk? On the 20th. If only my hoard were as bottomless as his desire to disappoint me. He is set on cowardice, deferring to others to settle his score. Doesn't he remember what he's confided? It would be easy to give the evidence to her imperious condescension, and he would be killed quickly for his unthinkable presumptions. He's taken a great risk harboring red ambitions for an empress who will never even know his name. Not that I'll sink to his tactics. But then, he feels safety in knowing this. My sources say he is en route presently. On the 21st. I've learned Dual Scar has reported to the Grand High Blood all the intelligence he has on me and my fleet. It was information he guarded closely to protect our once mutually cherished rivalry. He couldn't let it fall into the wrong hands, lest another besiege me more effectively and cause me to wax for the usurper. Not that he'd raised that mast particularly high himself. The shortcomings I managed to overlook for the sake of a lover. I would have enjoyed witnessing the entertainment he prepared to please the High Blood. His sense of humor was quite dreadful. It'd have been a true miracle if he survived the appointment. Funny, I always imagined a grander entry in my journal for your demise, Dual Scar, but I should have realized you would die as you lived. A joke. One more humorous little sacrifice kindly given to the subjugators, and one step closer to the release of the vast hunk they prophesize. I am overjoyed to understand now that this was always your destiny. Motherfucking honk, motherfuckers. Dear Lord. It's been nearly a week since Dual Scar's fitting end, and I'd all but forgotten the matter. It seems the subjugators were not... There we go. It seems the subjugators were not particularly inspired by his revelations about my affairs. Sources tell me their response was to commission one of the court's neophyte legislators to conduct the investigation and bring me to justice. Neophyte Red Glare is reported to be quite talented. I find no reason to doubt this. Still, how can I be caused any unrest to learn their recourse is to send a lone, inexperienced bureaucrat to apprehend me? I cannot view this as anything other than full concession by the High Bloods. They now only seek to maintain the appearance of pursuit. Maybe they find my exploits amusing? I couldn't possibly disagree. Those rare moments when my superiors show wisdom come perilously close to restoring my faith in the social order. As for Red Glare, it would surprise me if I ever heard her name again. If she finds me, then I will welcome her challenge. But I am so confident that she will play no relevant role in my future, I won't even bother peering into my oracle to satisfy my curiosity. 3 times showdown combo. Trollian standoff. It's not over yet. Pap, 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 pap. Honk! You honked him right out of his shoes. Kicked him right in the bulge. Light punch! Flippity, 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 flip. Doof. Nab. Debunked. Oh, this time it's animated. Because this time he's going to die. Dead. Well, that's what you get. Have you considered not going full incel Eridan and killing the girl you love, and then blowing up the matriorb, and then killing its owner? Really bad plan. Oh no, the shades descend. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are we gonna have to deal with it? Deal with it. Oh no. Delectable. Oh no. Oh no. Too late, Vriska. Okay, you know, she made her advances, and you could have accepted them. You could have done with that dress what you were supposed to do with it, but you decided to pursue Tavros, and then you killed him. God, you morons. You terrible morons. Be Jack Noir. You are now Jack Noir. You've just murdered an innocent family. What will you do now? Jack, accessorize immediately. You begin claiming trophies to celebrate your magnificent triumph over the defenseless living couple. The man's hat suits you perfectly. It is plain and serviceable. Yes, that looks really good. The only way the look could possibly be improved is if it was blacker or bloodier. Jack, take a prize from the lady. This beautiful scarf will look quite dramatic as you soar through the air, scouring the surface for new victims. It is finely crafted, and the fabric is wonderfully soft. Your powerful nose detects perfume. The odor is very pleasant. Wait, this pipe's great too. Makes you look dignified and thoughtful. Yes, you'll take this as a trophy as well. Jack, trophy binge. Yes, yes! All the glorious trophies will belong to you. There's no possession of the fallen so trivial that it would not make a splendid adornment to your intimidating visage. Wait, no, this is in fact very, very stupid. This is no way for a kill of your elite profile to dress. Your rise to omnipotence has had the regrettable influence on your vanity, it seems. Have you forgotten the original grievance with frivolous attire that got you here? That's it. No more trophies. You're swearing off trophies forever. Probably. Okay, you will keep one trophy, but only one. You can never stay mad at Cal. He's a true friend. The only you have ever known. God, you're so bored. Jack, sniff out new prey. Sniff. It used to be that when you were bored with paperwork, you would go distract yourself by sharpening one of your favorite knives, or give your most disapproving scowl through a fenestrated wall to survey the kingdom, but those were simpler times. There is only one cure for boredom befitting of a demigod, and that is more senseless killing. You consult your proud long snout for assistance with the hunt. You pick up the maddening scent of one of your young graveyard stuffers. You're sure it's the same one you slaughtered earlier, and yet his stench remains, confounding you from every direction. It's as if the breeze which carries it deliberately seeks to obfuscate the odor's origin. Your thoughts become more murderous with each blustery taunt. Jack, succumb to unfathomable bloodlust. You are consumed by murderous thoughts, and you prepare to embark on a killing spree to end all. Oh, for fuck's sake, you start thinking about dog things again. Why do bones have to be so delicious and enticing? Begging strips, sausages, playing fetch, fire hydrants. Jack, suppress thoughts of unfathomable sausages. You successfully suppress all thoughts of delicious little wrapped wieners and infuriating things like mail and its agents of delivery. But in the process, you awaken your deepest and darkest feelings of all. Feelings of loyalty? How completely despicable. But no, this is not all there is. Could it also be love? It must be. It's the only emotion that could possibly make you feel so utterly disgusted with yourself. And it is surely why you couldn't go through with it. You could not do it. You could not kill the girl. Jack, contact DD. You get the draconian dignitary on the line. He asks what the hell you've been up to. You say it doesn't matter. You have a point of serious business to discuss with him. You make sure you're remembering to keep the destructive impulses to a minimum. No more planet exploding or anything like that. You say, yeah. He says, no point in securing power when there's nothing left to rule. You say, God, it's not the point. Lousy, stupid dignitary, while keeping your murderous tendencies in check. He's the most terrible guy you almost kind of didn't despise completely. Draconian dignitary, listen to Sovereign Slayer? You attempt to humor the Sovereign Slayer's demands diplomatically. There's a narrow line to walk between obeying the orders of a clear superior and blindly facilitating a perfectly useless genocide. It takes a very savvy breed of psychopath to pull it off. The Slayer is yapping about some girl, probably one of the young players who can no longer provide any serious threat to your rule, but he wants you to go kill her anyway. You ask why he doesn't go kill her himself. He says it's complicated. This guy, you swear. You tell him you're busy with things that actually matter, like running this kingdom on his behalf and all, levying taxes, oppressing consorts, all the unpleasant chores he would never dirty his snout with. He says this is more important than any of that stuff. You say, fine, he'll just send the drawl after her. There's a moment of radio silence. He says, you mean the courtyard drawl? He wants to be sure this is the same drawl you're talking about. You say, yeah, what's the problem? He says, you mean the very same drawl who couldn't manage the one simple task assigned to him, to steal the White Queen's ring from the very same adoring, wonderful girl and master and friend in question? Wait, he just means girl. Just girl. You didn't hear any of that other stuff. You don't say anything. He says, fine, you win. Sick the stupid drawl on her. What does he care? Draconian dignitary. Contact courtyard drawl? You hit up the drawl. The Slayer was right. This guy is clearly incompetent. Still, the only real objective here is to get him to stop breathing down your neck with his awful dog breath. Looks like the drawl is on the battlefield. He says he's still looking for the Queen's ring. He says he's made a new friend to help him with his search, but it's terribly breezy on this planet, and his new friend keeps blowing around, making the search more difficult. He says thank goodness he's not wearing one of his finer hats. It'd just be dreadful trying to keep it on his head in such weather. You say you don't care about any of that stuff, and tell him to shut up. Courtyard drawl. Listen to Draconian dignitary? The dignitary is one of the... Hey, it's Liv Tyler! The dignitary is one of your superiors who makes you nervous. The list of superiors who makes you nervous in fact includes all of your superiors. It includes many of your inferiors as well. He tells you to forget the ring. You failed your mission and you're never going to find it. There's a new mission. You say, oh? He says, yeah. And let go of the goddamn rabbit. You say, okay, but don't actually let go. You say you'll be happy to begin the new mission very soon, but first there is this pretty blue tornado ahead you were meaning to investigate. Perhaps other locals it has attracted will know something about the ring? He says, for the love of God, will you forget about the tornado and the ring? You don't say anything and look longingly at the tornado again. He says, fine, if you really must examine a meaningless and extraordinarily dangerous exhibit of meteorological phenomena, then go ahead. But be ready to embark on the mission not a moment later. You say, all right, and wonder what you should do to prepare. He asks if you have a good winter hat. You nearly drop the radio in excitement. Jack, wait. There. Now that those wheels are in motion, you guess you can put your mind at ease for a while. You find nothing quite so troubling as the intrusion of a positive emotion. You're momentarily afforded the peace of mind to resume a dull, quiet life of semi-restrained murder. Maybe you'll wait here and see if the boy shows up. It's reasonable to assume he will seek these adults. Certainly easier to let him come to you than follow an untraceable scent. Maybe you will look inside the castle. Perhaps there are survivors here fit for the offing? You guess they could serve some amusement. You wonder if it will always be like this. What sort of future does a new god have to look forward to? Will this malaise follow you for eternity? Will you perpetually be tempted to destroy everything you see, knowing that in just a few moments of recklessness you will be left with nothing else to destroy forever? What will eternity feel like when a single moment of boredom feels like an eternity unto itself? You wish you could consult the clouds for answers, but they never show you anything. The reckoning can't wipe this place out soon enough. Be future Jack Noir. Oh God. You are now future Jack Noir. Presently, you are trapped in a single moment, which increasingly feels like an eternity. Your boredom is surpassed only by your all-consuming rage and contempt for existence itself. Hours ago, you entered an unfamiliar session. You killed 1,000 robotic assailants, destroyed 12 planets with ease, methodically and cyclically, like a single stained hand of defective clock smearing each number it passes. You reduced Prospit and Durst to dust, and murdered a whole bunch of alien kids in yellow and purple pajamas. Your warpath of absolute devastation had only begun to be blazed. There were still miles and bloody miles to send forth. But when the dust of the Durst settled, this infuriating fairy appeared out of thin air and froze you in time. But she can't keep you like this forever, and when she finally lets you go, you will be ready. What will you do? Aside from nothing, that is. Jack, wait. You attempt to be patient. You fail miserably. Be Aradia. You are now the Maid of Time, recently resurrected from the crypt of Durst. Your name is Aradia Megiddo, and for the first time in your life you feel truly alive. You have just incapacitated Jack Noir with a spell, but a demon so powerful requires your full concentration to subdue. You will break free any moment. You may release him and die now, or you may continue to hold him and die later. What will you do? Aside from die, that is. Aradia, release him. Psych. You're done with dying. Soon, friends will arrive, and they will need your help. Whose memory is this? It appears to be yours. At least, that's how it begins. Aradia, enter the bubble. Wait a minute. Summon Cal. Cal Flail. This is not specifically your memory. It's hers. Back in time. Meteor Crush. Into a portal, and therefore, back to Alternia. Hey! It's young, alive Aradia and her Ram Lucis. Ram Kangaroo? Kangaram? Ramaroo. Revealing. Hey, a whip-kind Strife Specibus. Underground Frog Ruins. Cal. Reduced to cinders. Aradia does not like the look of that doll. Wallet retrieve. Crosby top. Serviceable hat. Aradia, report discovery. Solix! Hey, what's up, eh? You'll never guess what I just found. Won't I? I doubt it. Was it the matching ruin site? Yeah, how'd you know? I don't know, just a weird feeling. I feel like we had this conversation before, and that's what it was about. Yeah, me too. What do you think it means? Probably nothing, but not only does it feel like we had the conversation before, but it's going differently this time, so it's extra weird. Maybe your voices are involved? I don't know, maybe. Maybe yours are too. I don't hear a goddamn thing. Do you? Wait, yes. She's very quiet though. I can't tell what she's saying. Oh, well, why don't we pretend there's no spooky paranormal phenomena going on, just once, and talk about what you wanted to talk about. That's a good idea. Okay, do you remember when we talked about regarding Kanaya's ruins? Sorta. I asked for your help in understanding the glyphs. I guess? Are you just being difficult, or do you really not remember? I guess I don't find the whole mystery of the ruins as exciting as you, okay? Well, obviously, but I really appreciate your help. Sure, but how can I help? Then, well, you said that you'd need another set of glyphs to make sense of them. You speculated that there might be another set of ruins. You even guessed that they would be blue. It turns out you were right. Don't you think that's pretty cool? Oh yeah, I am awesome about that for sure. But I can't shake the feeling these ruins are going to be nothing but trouble for us. But you say that about everything. That's because it's fucking true about everything. No, it's not. I did find some other neat things down here too, which are strange but quite harmless and not foreboding in the least. Like what? Like this amazing hat! It is an authentic archaeologist hat. It's so hard to find them in this style. There are no horn holes, but I love it anyway. It's great. Pretty sweet, eh? Hey, didn't you also find some bits and pieces of your bizarre robot doppelganger? I wasn't going to tell you about that. How did you know? I don't know. I just remember some shit about that. This discovery. God, sorry. This is stupid. Yeah, well, I guess this is the kind of shit you have to deal with when two psychics talk to each other about stuff. Maybe. Why don't we pick this up again later when we're not feeling so weird? Well, okay. Apocalypse Arisen began trolling Twin Armageddons, and Apocalypse Arisen. Ahem. Sorry to interrupt. I wanted to give you both the chance to remember, but it doesn't look like this is going anywhere. What the fuck? Yeah, wow, what? Is it coming back yet? Is what coming back? Who are you? Whoa, hold on. Why am I talking like you suddenly? Oh, sorry. Is it coming back yet? Is what coming back? Or who are you? Whoa, hold on. Why am I talking like you suddenly? This is a memory. In a dream bubble. That's right. Oh, well that doesn't really answer my question, but okay. You changed your voice because you remembered, like I did. Remembered what? That I died. This is my memory, and I am also here, and also hers. But I went on to become the robot whose remains are in this crater, whereas she did not. I don't actually know her story or how she got here, but for me, this was the end of the road. This is the afterlife. Well, shit, so then I guess I'm dead too? Nope. You are just asleep, and also blind. Holy shit, I can't see. Yes, that's what being blind means. Wow, awesome. Way to be awesomely sympathetic to my terrible new problem. Eh? Solix, will you shut up and stop being so tragic for once? You knew this was gonna happen. Your prophecies of personal doom were practically all you ever talk about. I think you were looking forward to this, honestly. She's right. I can't believe this. It's almost as if I'm getting double teamed. Damn, that didn't feel right at all. I think I might have to retire the whole bifurcation gimmick, puns and all. Actually, this is kind of a relief. Maybe you're right. I'm feeling better about this already. Great. You should be able to relax now that you've been released from the curse of your vision twofold, just like you said you'd be. You are now merely doomed. Oh, that's awesome. Being doomed isn't that bad. I spent most of my life that way, remember? At least you have the luxury of understanding, and the best part about being doomed is you only have to put up with it until you die. That's the spirit! Actually, I guess I don't have to keep talking like I'm doomed anymore, do I? Nope. This is so weird. What am I even listening to here? Fuck, I cannot believe I just made that face. I'm sorry. We need a dull and a God damn it. Oh yeah, also, why the fuck are my teeth missing? I don't know? Okay, well, glad we got to the fucking bottom of that mystery. Mystery. Man, I can't even lisp anymore, even if I try. Please don't laugh. I can tell you're both enjoying this. I can smell it using my new blind guy nose powers. Really? No, not literally. I was joking. I mean, not yet. Maybe I'll ask TZ about it when I wake up, though. Hey, what was that noise? What noise? I think someone else is in here. Oh, it's Jade. Jade? What the fuck? Who's Jade? She's one of the humans we met after you died. Okay, I guess I'm out of the loop on the chronology for once. That's fine. We'll catch up. Hey guys. Hope I'm not interrupting. Jade! Well, yeah, you kind of were. Sort of a reunion of close departed friends going on here, but no big deal, I guess. Oh, no, I can leave. No, don't. Solix, try to be polite. There's no reason at all for you to feel hostile toward them anymore. Jade is very nice, and she did nothing wrong. None of them did. So when you wake up, maybe you should try to reconcile with them, or at the very least, just say hello. Did you? Did I what? Be nice to them or whatever before you exploded? Well, no, but I should have. I did with you before I left, didn't I? I guess so. This is awkward. Shush you. What actually happened after I died? Sounds complicated. It is. I'll get you up to speed, I promise. But guys, come on, let's not scare away our guest. Okay, then I'll shut up. I think one already is saying things is more than enough, probably. You can say that again. But, I mean, don't say it again, literally, because that's kind of the whole point. You would completely contradict. Oh my god, shut up. It's okay. I can take another nap later when you guys aren't busy. No, Jade, it's okay. Please stay. I'm curious about why you are here. Well, I've been enjoying these little naps more and more lately. Each time I go to sleep, I meet more new people and learn so much, but I still can't get Karkat to take a nap. Boy, talk about a guy who is anti-nap. Yeah, what a douche. Seriously, he is the douchiest of crabby crabs who ever douched a big douchey crab. Lol. But yeah, it's been fun. I should really thank Fafari again for setting this up so we could meet like this. Wait, FF is here? Yup. Oh god, why didn't that occur to me? Where is she? Probably in another bubble, but you'll find her. Maybe during your next nap? Well, shit, why can't I just go glub around out there in the ring and find her now? I mean, aside from the fact that I'm blind and completely useless. Navigating between bubbles is difficult. It's better to drift between them naturally as they intersect, not spatially, but through common points in memory. To navigate the furthest ring, you need to have mastered the flow of time. That's why I'm here. I'm alive again, so I may as well assist the dead in this way. Huh. Jade, tell me, have you seen me here before? I mean, me dressed like I am, wearing my godhood. Yeah, you were really nice and helpful. Wait, what? You're wearing a godhood? Why didn't you tell me that? What gives? Or that you came back to life? I'm wearing a hood and have butterfly wings. What else would you like to know? Man, being blind is dumb. Can I like grope you or something to get up to date in your appearance? Would that be weird? Yeah, Alex, that'd be pretty weird. Well, I think your outfit looks so cute. I love your wings too. Thank you. Your outfit's quite spiffy too. I like that skirt a lot, especially. Is that a skirt? I'm not sure. Rolling my eyes is what I would be doing if they were possible. Shush. Ugh, hey, come on, you're making a point. Yes, okay. You see, these encounters you had with me before have not happened for me yet because I've only just arrived. Time flows strange paths here as does space. If you travel a great enough distance, you may discover you are also traveling either backwards or forward in time as well. Just as if you stay in one place for too long, the geometry of space surrounding you will become unreliable. You may swat the air to your left and discover you have just slept yourself. The only way to make sense of it is to understand either property very well. And since I am new here, I have some learning to do, just like everyone else. But I do know one thing. What? I knew that the very first bubble I would enter would be an important one for us to visit. What's so important about it? Hang on. We're moving on to a new memory. Hold that thought. It is important because it will help us begin to understand why we are all here. What do you mean why we're all here? You mean in the afterlife? Well, that's easy, because she's asleep, she's dead, you're alive, and I'm blind. Couldn't be simpler. No, not why we are in this bubble. Not why we are in this bubble now, but why we all exist in the first place, and why we all went on this adventure together. Oh, that. There is much to understand, and I believe it will all begins with one sequence of events. Watching will help those who passed to understand the purpose of their sacrifice, and those still alive to understand what must be done to complete the journey still ahead. We will let the memories lead the way. You guys ready? I'm ready. Okay, let's allow the next memory to take shape. I believe it is Kanaya's, and I will reprise my role in the conversation I had with her shortly after I discovered the ruins. Everybody hide, and try not to spoil it for her until she remembers.